Alright, the future of gaming. So the Wii U Metroid is going to look similar to the Metroid Prime, except with updated visuals and updated enhancements. Resident Evil 7 is probably going to have, you know how Resident Evil 5 tells like all the story, like 1960 this happened? Resident Evil 7 is going to have like all the characters from the game. Probably going to be on the 720 because it's 4 times more powerful than the 360. So they can push it and they can put more stuff. Probably going to have like all the characters from all the Resident Evils and multiple scenarios probably for each character. And probably um, they're going to tell how it all started, and you get to play through eras probably like from the 60s, because like in Resident Evil 5 it says like, 1960 this happened, and so it's going to probably be like that. The PlayStation 4 is going to have another player that's higher than Blu-ray. It's I forgot what the player is called. It's and of course the new next generation consoles is probably going to have support for higher than 1080p, since the new TVs are coming out with 4000 resolution and higher. And yeah, the games are just going to be more spectacular. Definitely, Zelda's going to be more realistic. Especially with the Wii U, it's going to look better. The games are going to be funner. I have a feeling they're gonna have like a Zelda, but like the original Zelda for NES, but it's gonna have like updated graphics or something. I just have a feeling they're gonna do that, because think about it, because they did so many remakes and and HD upgrades. I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean, have some next generation effects. Having the Zelda for NES, but just Zelda 1 like for NES, but updated graphics or HD remake or something. And they should do a new Super Mario World. Don't get me wrong, I like the new Super Mario Brothers, the Wii, new Super Mario Brothers U, but I want them to do another Super Mario World, like a sequel to Super Mario World. You know what I mean? I mean, there really hasn't been a sequel to Super Mario World. The next was Yoshi's Island, which is like Super Mario World, whatever. But I'm talking about a sequel to Super Mario World, um, or or a sequel like Super Mario 3 and Nintendo. They can make a Super Mario 4. Um, have the 2D with updated graphics and new power ups, and make another also Super Mario Galaxy 3. So have a Super Mario the old school way, and have the 3D way, and also make like a sequel to Super Mario 64 or something like that. That would be awesome. And definitely if they do another Metroid, which would be Metroid uh, Prime 3, or I guess Prime 3 or something. They should have new weapons. I mean, they only have like little new weapons on the Metroid, last Metro Prime, because they always have get all the weapons. Grab all the weapons, the same weapons. You lose all your weapons and grab all the same weapons. Have you already start out with the weapons and look for new weapons, new morph ball techniques. Dead Rising 3 should have multiple scenarios, multiple characters. They should have option to have 3D um, gameplay as well as 2D, and that'll be really cool. More combo weapons, newer combo weapons. You get to play with a bunch of different characters, multi co-op, multi online play co-op, multi campaign co-op, just bigger and better. And I'm sure that's what they're going to do with Dead Rising 3. Because I mean that's what they have to do. When they come out with sequels, they have to push it, um, or unless it's just like a first game, But then again, they did something remarkable from Mortal Kombat 1 to Mortal Kombat 2. I mean, they took it to another level. So it's always good to push in terms of sequels. Because I don't want Dead Rising 3 to be like Dead Rising 2 again, same thing, just with nothing new at it. I mean, I wanna if they're gonna go a third one, you know, don't get me wrong, I love 1 and 2, but you have to, once you make sequels, you have to keep on advancing. I think they should put a second person mode, a third person mode. I mean, that would look really badass. I mean, how the effects when you use combo weapons on 2D will make it in third person, multiple characters, multi co-op campaign, multi co-op online. Have the like in Dead Rising 2, that like contests where you to win money, have that. And I think they should advance the story instead of just having the Zombrex. I think it should, because I mean, the first, I mean, they've been doing two, like Case West, Off the Record, and what was the other one? And it's all about the Zombrex and bigger corporations. They need to have something else besides Zombrex. I mean, yeah, it's Dead Rising because of zombies, but I think they have to have a bigger plot. Totally unique twist. Nobody would expect. Definitely bigger plot. Let's see. Maybe go way back in time, like how the first outbreak started, or maybe have a story that I don't know. Maybe it's like Dead Rising 3 could be like a prequel. I mean, or something. You have a totally different character, so maybe it could be like you could have like maybe there were robots or something back then. I don't know. Maybe they should do like a really. I think that's what they should. They should put Dead Rising 3 like far in the future. Well, I'm talking about like with machines, and then they could. So at first start as zombies, but then you have to fight like I don't know, machine zombies or something. Just have a whole big plot without ripping off sci-fi movies. Well, Dead Rising, when you're trapped in the mall, it's like ripping off Dawn of the Dead, but it's a game, and you want that. I mean, who doesn't want to play like Dawn of the Dead game, right? Make a George Romero game or Stephen King game. I think that'll be interesting. That'll be never done before. Have a game where you get to fight Satan, God versus Satan, or some multiplayer. Or like a power, kind of like Dante's Inferno, where you're in hell, but you get to fight Satan and God in the game or something. No, that would be a first. That'd be kind of interesting. So yeah, I think Dead Rising 3 has a bigger story, not just zombies, Zombrex. I mean, I don't know, something, a huge story. I definitely want it to be bigger. It's cool. You could rescue survivors, but and I want to have like multiplayer. Like you only had 2 people join. Like you get to play, but imagine you could play like I don't know 8 people on the screen or 10 or whatever. Most you can put. And they're helping you on the game, or you're playing against them or something, or you get to be the zombie. That'll be interesting. I mean, who knows? That could be DLC or something, or maybe not. Maybe they'll be building a game where you are the zombie. You have to kill the good guys. They definitely have to have a game with Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees. Maybe like the movie, maybe you get to play Freddy Krueger and kill the people and invade their dreams, and you can have cool fatalities with the graphics. What they have technology now, or Jason, you get to play like the game. I mean, the game could be Friday the 13th, or the game could be Nightmare on Elm Street. They need to make a game like that. They made games of horror movies, back in the 80s on the first Nintendo. I don't know why they still haven't been doing it. Maybe it's the licensing issues. Probably that. Because they did try to make a fighting game and they got pulled off because of licensing issues. But they need to make a game. Shoot, they're making a Rambo game. Why can't they make a Friday the 13th game? Why can't they make a Nightmare on Elm Street game? I think that would be really awesome. An Indiana Jones game. That needs to come. I mean, don't get me, Tomb Raider is awesome, but I want a cool Indiana Jones game. Maybe you can make it like you can have the game with all 3 or 4 movies. That'd be awesome. Your one campaign you find the Lost Ark. The second campaign you're in the Temple of Doom. I mean, that'd be fucking awesome. Because think about it, games are coming in movies, and if you've done the games and the movies with all the stuff right, it's gonna be spectacular. So I think they should do that, and make another Mega Man game, but definitely Mega Man expanded this time. I mean, like, he looks totally different. He's a badass in 3D and 2D. You can make a badass Mega Man game. I mean, I'm talking with awesome new, more destructive robots, harder Mega Man. Just take it to another level. I think that would be badass. I mean, you can have like arm cannons, double cannons on his arms. He'd be like 6 feet tall or something, And then they can have a Castlevania game, 2D, but with maybe an HD remake or enhanced or something. So there's so many things they can do. Any options? Just comment below and let me know what you think, what games should be made or what the future should hold for games. Peace.